Okay, so in this video, I am going to, well, I've been asked to show kind of how I do my packaging and shipping for orders, as well as the process of making the stickers. So this one's already cut, and it is one of these skull American flag designs. This is just a scrap sample I had. Whole nother story on why this, I mean, it's still a good sticker, but my machine messed up, so I'll have to hand cut everything if I want to save it. Anyway, that's what this is, but it's in a metallic silver Oracle 651 vinyl. So I'm going to weed this, and I'll show you how I package it and ship it. That applies to these larger stickers, and I do have some smaller orders I can add in this video. I'll do those as well. Alright, so I'm going to weed this, and then when I'm done, I'll package it. Okay, that's it. All ready to go. So we're going to tape it, and then we'll finish the shipping. So this design here is 14 by 17 inches in size, okay? So I do have a 16-inch roll of tape. Perfect, that is perfect. So when I added this listing, one thing I do when I make my listings, knowing that this roll here is only 16 inches wide, to try to prevent from having to double up, I don't make anything that's, you know, say 18 inches wide. Because, I mean, I've got my bigger roll here, but that's going to waste a lot of that. So I try to make the sizes to go with the material, just to save material. So, first thing I'll do, rather than pulling the tape and dropping it on the design, if I can find the damn edge here. Okay. I like to pull the tape out like that. Then I drop the design on the tape. And I try to get it as close as I can to the edge up here, so I don't have to. Just saves me another edge to cut. Okay. We shall trim that side there. Now before I flip it over, I will just rub the back of it. You don't got to get too rough at this point. You just want to get all the loose stuff out if you can. And then over here, I just brush it best I can. Again, you don't got to get too crazy. I'll show you why I don't here in a minute. And then I just cut it as evenly as possible. Now, this right here would actually work for another job of a smaller stickers. So what I do, I'll just take this Just roll that around on there. So now I got a piece that'll go really good for another, like a 4x4 size or a bunch of them. It's probably overkill on set, but in these times you definitely want to save everywhere you can. Okay. I mean, why waste it? Is what I'm saying. These smaller ones I don't really care much about. Okay, let's get these tape rolls of transfer mask off the table there, because I want to show you what else I do. So this is my cold laminator. Now I like to throw the job in this, and to me that just gives it more pressure on the tape that I probably might not have done or didn't do. To some people this is probably overkill, but it just gives it a nice smooth, you know, smooth pressure across the whole thing. So you don't gotta worry about if you didn't rub enough in one spot or whatnot. Okay, next thing. Now this is too big for a packaging envelope, so I'm going to ship it in a tube, or I'm going to show you two ways to do it. Now these tubes I bought from Uline. These are your white mailing tubes. I do them at 2 inches. I do buy the 30-inch tubes. The reason I do that, I'll lay it down. You want to give yourself about maybe a ½ an inch on each side, because those caps going in. I'm actually out of the caps, so I'll show you what I do there. But another way to do this, say you run out of your shipping tubes. Oh, I wanted to show you too, if I can find my other blade. It's somewhere. Real quick, so before I do the other, okay, so what I do is I just get a razor blade, like nice stiff razor blade like that, and then I just cut it, and that way you have that that piece you need. You have a piece for another job. That's why I order these so long, just so I can cut them down, and I don't have to order just a crap load of different sizes. That's one way to do it. Okay, another way to do it. Now, if you're out of mailing tubes or you don't have mailing tubes, you can get a roll of this stuff at any store, probably under $5 for a big ass roll. So I just get it, get the approximate size of the decal. You want to go over a little bit, and I'll show you why. And then you just cut it. So next thing I'll do, I'll put my instructions in there on how to apply it, okay? And then I just roll all this together. You don't want it too big, but you don't want it too small either. When you roll it too tight and they unravel it, the transfer mask is going to be all bubbly. Okay, there you go. Now see, after I cut that, you can see the design in there, the job on this side as well. So before you do anything else though, you're going to want to throw a piece of tape on here, just that way everything doesn't unravel. So next thing I do is I just take my corners here, or the end of the tubes, bend them in. Be careful not to crush your design. And that's why I add the excess on the ends. That gives it a little stability over here on the corners. Well, I keep saying corners, on the edges. Okay, so see, you got Little stability there, and that's probably okay to ship, okay? I've had customers say that when they get these, the post office crushes them, you know, by packaging them or transporting them. So this method isn't the most advisable. So like I said, if you have a mailing tube, a nice stiff mailing tube, use that. This method, it's okay if you run out, but if you want, after you get this done, get some scrap. And that's why I saved the backing paper. This used to have a bunch of stickers on it. You get some scrap, maybe, and just give it another roll. That gives it a little more stability. Okay. All right, we're gonna pause that. I'm gonna go make the shipping label and I'll show you what else I do from here. Okay, so from here, now I have these shrink bags. They're about 6" by, I wanna say 10 inches. I'll just throw that in there. Now see all that excess you got? I just throw it in my sealer, and I just cut off all that excess with my sealer. And from there, I'll tape the edge of it, because see how that doesn't fit? Then I take another one, throw that in there. Okay. Again, I'll tape the edge. Now the reason I tape these edges is when you're heating it, that edge is gonna start sliding up if you don't have it connected, or connected with the tape. So then I just take my heat gun, give it a second to warm up. And just heat that up, let it do its thing. I always wait till last to do the ends. I don't know why. Just a habit for me. Okay, so there's that thing all nice and sealed, ready to go. It's really sturdy, So next thing I do, I have the ship label printed out on sticker paper. This is your sticker paper. It's meant for 2 large shipping labels. I use it. These are all my individual addresses for other orders. On this side, I just got this one ship label. So then I just cut out the difference. Oh, I need some lotion on my hands. Freaking sliding everywhere. And so from here, I'll take it. If I get it off. Sometimes instead of using the sticker paper material, I'll just print it on paper and I'll tape it to the job. I think it's more professional to put it on stickers, but more material cost also. Okay, and there's that. Now, this is a patriotic American flag, silver. Okay, so I like to add a little bonus. let's see. I'll take these extra stickers I made. This says made by Proud American. You know, it's about 1.5 by 2. Then I got these little guys say made in America. This one I'm not going to put on it. Oops, dropped it. But this one, the made in America, I'll go ahead and take one of these off. And I'll just stick it, you know, somewhere on the thing here. See? Nice little added bonus. I like to put those on the patriotic decals. On top of that, I'll take my do not bend and I'll just stick that somewhere randomly. Maybe put 2 of them on. But that's all ready to go. So excuse me. Altogether, this decal I charged about 15 bucks. Shipping material was under $2, and then the actual label though, USPS, they've gone up. Actual label itself costs about $4. So altogether, I'm making maybe $10 off this order, and the cost of vinyl itself under 10 cents a square inch, so not bad. Now that seems like a lot. I mean, if you're selling a bunch of these, which I am, it adds up, you know. But that's it. That's how I ship when I do a mailing tube. And here in just a minute, I'll do one where I ship in an envelope. Show you that real quick, and then we'll go from there. All right, so this is a continuation of my shipping. So these are pretzel bags, actually. And whenever I got a small skinny decal, I usually just throw one in there, and then take my instructions, put that in there like so. Then I use my sealer. You're ready to ship. Now when you seal it, you might have a little bubble in there. You don't want that, so I'll just take a little, put a little slice in it, and throw it in there like so. Seal it up. I've already got the address, my address, and I just need to put a stamp on it, and that one's good to go. Same thing over here. I got these little 1776s I made for the AR Magwell. I don't know if you can see them, but I threw in a couple of these little white Punisher ones, and then I gave them a couple of extras. I always put in extras. A lot of times you're going to just waste your material regardless, so you might as well throw in a couple extra, right? Okay, so this piece of plastic here won't. I'm going to use this piece of scrap that I got. So this one won't fit. So I just cut it down. So we'll throw that in there like so. If I can get it. Come on, you little son of a gun. Again, I'll put my instructions in with it. Now, one thing that I made to give customers, this little sticker. It's got my logo inside the stars and then down to stick.com. I like to throw that in with some of these orders. Generally, if it's not a patriotic sticker, I won't put it in, because sometimes, you know, a lot of people they might buy like a Raiders logo or something and not really care for that imagery, which don't even get me started on that topic. But now this is kind of small for this long envelope, so I just cut a piece of cardstock. I'm going to just throw in there with it. And that's how I do my regular stamped envelope orders. Now, sometimes I like to take tape, just throw it on the back. I feel like when they process these might come up if you don't seal them tight enough. I've already got the address, everything, I just got to stamp it. Now, this one, this is the same as that big silver one, only it's white, that skull flag. Like I said, this thing is on fire. So what I do is I'll get cardstock and I'll throw it in this plastic here. And then I'll take this guy, put him in there. Again, I will take one of my flags, throw that in there with it. And I'm out of my big instructions, so I gotta use one of these smaller ones, but they're all the same, basically. So then I'll seal this one. Okay, now since I sealed it, I don't want that bubble, so I'm gonna go ahead and just give it a little hole punch. That one's good to go. So on this one, I'm gonna take my Made in America sticker and just slap it on the outside, like so. Throw that in the envelope, make sure there's no air in it. Now, real important with these clasp envelopes, you wanna take off that metal clasp. I don't know why it matters, but the guy at the post office told me to remove those if I'm using stamps. Now these ones I do tape. Okay, that one's good to go. I do like to add the do not bend on these. Okay, I just this one I'm actually going to take to the post office. Let them do the postage. This is bigger than a normal large manila that I use. I ran out of my, I think they're 9x10, and that one takes 3 stamps, so I'm not sure about this one. Okay, that one's good to go, and that's it. That's basically how I ship my decals. I'll use smaller envelopes. Down here I've got, you know, every size you can think of. If it's something really tiny, I'll use these little guys. I got these, and most of these are about the bottom of Michael's on a really good clearance for invitation envelopes, and they come with the little cardstock that goes in with them. A lot of them do. And that's it. That's how I ship. Hope that was interesting, not too boring, but thanks for watching.